Welcome back. Deb Bixler here, talking about fairs and expos. I hope you're taking action, because action and education means you are learning. Where did we leave off now? I think with the 10-second rule. Always share for 10 seconds or less and end it in a question. And don't go for the close. Don't go for, do you want to have a show? Do you want to be a consultant? Do you want to buy a product? Unless they give you the window. Just have a conversation. If you sell kitchen tools, ask them what kind of things they like to cook. If the husband's there, ask them if she's a good cook. If you sell jewelry, ask them, if they haven't had any of your products, ask them, what kind of jewelry is their favorite kind of to wear, or what would they like for Christmas from their husband. If the husband's there, ask him, what was the last piece you gave her? Does she wear it a lot? Just have a conversation. And so you become their friend. You're qualifying them and learning more information about them. And if they say, oh, I'd love to have that, or something that's on your table, or, oh, yeah, I had a great time at the show, you're learning more about them. And so when they walk away, you want to decide if they are a good lead, a bad lead, or an excellent lead. A good lead, a fair lead, or an excellent lead, I should say. Because, so you're going to take that prize drawing slip out of their hand and write every single thing that you've learned about them on it. The husband's name was Jake. She makes wonderful meatloaf. The kid's name was Sue Ann. The wife had a green dress on. You just write, she had a show, she already has a consultant. Whatever you learned, every little thing that you learned. And then you immediately classify them, R, Y, or G. Red, you're going to throw them away. But if they gave you the newsletter list, you're going to put, or email address, you're going to put them on the newsletter list. Yellow, Y, means you'll call them for practice, or you'll call them if you use up all the greens. G means green. Call them immediately. And by doing this, by taking the time to qualify them, to take the process of looking down the aisle. If you have a couple people at the event, a couple vendor, or a couple of sellers, a couple of direct sellers in the booth, one takes one way, one takes the other, and then you flip-flop, you trade, because you never really know which direction's going to be better. You got 16 seconds. Look them in the eye. Have an engaging question. Have you ever heard of my fantastic company? Yes, no, maybe. Cool. And then you have 2 or 3 secondary engaging questions that give you 30 seconds to become their friend. What's your favorite product? What did you use last? When were you last at a show? Whatever. You have 2 or 3 engaging products, and if they still are engaging and you're developing your relationship, you invite them to fill out a prize drawing and qualify them through more conversation. See, leaders and successful direct sellers don't need everybody to have a show. They just want to talk to people who are qualified, who are somewhat interested. And then you immediately code them, red, yellow, green, and put them in your pocket. When you get home, you have 48 hours to do your follow-up. If you do not do your follow-up within 48 hours, don't even waste your time going. When you do your follow-up, you get on the phone, you got 15 seconds to remind them that you're friends. And so at that time, you use the information that you wrote down, because now you can remember them. Oh, did you and your little girl Lisa have a good time at the event? I know you were headed over to the fashion show. Did you enjoy it? This is Deb with my fantastic company. I was following up after our event at the Hot and Spicy, and I was just wondering, just checking in, did you have a good time? Did you and Lisa enjoy the fashion show? So what you want to do is start out the conversation in such a way to remind them who you are without saying, don't forget, we met over at the the women's show. You want to remind them through conversation how you met and that you are friends. I know Jason said you really enjoyed meatloaf, or whatever, so you can take the notes. You might even have something like, your little son Sammy was so tired, did you make it over to the fashion show? Anything that you can throw out in those first 15 seconds to remind them who they are without acting like a salesperson, and to act like a friend and remind them. And so take your own leads home. If you go to a vendor event, and if you're a leader planning a vendor event, everybody should take their own leads home, because you got 48 hours to follow up. Offer your own prizes. Even if you have a dozen people in the group, each consultant can offer their own prize, and custom your prizes to what people say. Like if someone says, oh, my favorite item is XYZ, well, then you offer them the prize of XYZ. Oh, would you like to win a free XYZ? Would you like to enter to win a free XYZ? So you kind of change your prize based on the person that's standing in front of you. And never give a prize to a red lead. When you leave a message on a machine, just tell them, hey, congratulations, this is Deb with my fantastic company. At the Hot and Spicy, we had a great time, but I wanted to tell you, you won! On a closing note, I want to point out that when you put too much time into one lead, or you sit behind your table and read the newspaper, or you talk for 15 minutes to your best friend at the expo, or you don't do your follow-up in the first 48 hours, you could very well be letting the best lead walk right past. Oh, you could be selling a $40 item when the person who is going to pay your mortgage for the next 7 years walks right by. And I point that out not to brag, but my upline brought me into the business, and the commission overrides that he made on my personal sales every single month was greater than his mortgage for 7 years. So you need to keep in mind that when you put too much time, don't work the event, sell, and let somebody walk by, you could be letting the one person that's going to pay your mortgage walk by. Okay, thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Make sure you click the link and grab the PDF document. You're welcome to share that with your team to help them to do better at vendor events as well. My name is Deb Bixler. Take action. Go to a vendor event twice a month, once as a vendor and once as a guest, because you deserve to have a full calendar. This program is part of the Direct Sales Bookings University, which you can find at Cashflow Show Club. And on the same site, it is also a part of the Power Up for Professional Results program on putting systems into your business so that you make more money from home. So check it out. My name is Deb Bixler. Thank you for joining us.